Alright guys, Justin again. Something very different this time. Um, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing stuff like this. Um, this is a little something for my pen pal Teal. She has gotten into vlogging recently, and she asked me to do a little video on all of my tattoos, and I guess a little bit about each one, why I got it, I guess, and what they mean to me and stuff like that. So, yeah. Um, my first tattoo, which is this. This is, I don't want to call it a logo because the band themselves, they don't have a logo, but I have a t-shirt and I've seen a lot of designs with this, or merchandise that they've sold with this on it. My favorite band is Mindless Self-Indulgence. They are kind of like an electronic punk rock kind of band. And I got it when I was, I want to say, probably 19. I was in a long relationship with this girl, and she broke up with me, and I just decided that I wanted to make a bunch of changes in my life. So, like, I cut all my hair off, and I went and got my lip pierced, and I got a tattoo, and I kind of tried to reinvent myself a little bit, so I would be, I guess, happier with myself. And that was my first tattoo, and I guess I enjoyed the experience, and I enjoyed getting it done and stuff like that. So I wanted more, and I've always been a fan of tattoos and stuff like that. So I really kind of wanted to think a little bit on some of them. And I've had a couple, obviously, that were like impulse tattoos. I think a lot of people do that too. They'll see something and go, yeah, let's do that. And I don't think I've made any bad decisions. I think all my tattoos kind of reflect a little bit of about me. So shortly after that, my second tattoo, I went and I got the Autobots insignia because ever since I was a kid, like most kids, watch cartoons, play with action figures and toys and video games and stuff like that. I grew up with an NES, and I had a little brother, and we would play action figures and stuff like that. And for me, it was Batman, Power Rangers, and that was the big thing. And then I discovered the Transformers, and that was when I really kind of fell in love with robots. And from there, it blew up. Outside of Transformers, I think the next exposure to robots I had was, I remember when Pizza Hut gave out like demo discs, and I got the demo disc that had the Metal Gear Solid demo on it, and you see like Metal Gear for the first time, and I was just like, whoa, that's the coolest thing. And then from there it was Gundam, and then everything in between. I love all kinds of robots. Mega Man, I love Mega Man. I didn't really know he was a robot until I was older, and I kind of understood everything behind the game. So yeah, I love Transformers, I love robots, and that's kind of where the whole thing started. So I felt that was kind of important to me to get, I guess, as a tattoo. This is kind of one of those impulse tattoos, and I'm not, I guess, ashamed, but I wish I'd gotten it done a little better. It's supposed to be a tribal lion, and the guy who did it really messed up, and for this, I think lions are one of the coolest animals out there. I don't know everything there is to know about lions. I just think that they're really like regal looking creatures. They're very like laid back and relaxed, and I don't know why, but to me, whenever I see a lion, it just kind of, like, as a symbol, I mean, it kind of makes me think loyalty. And to me, I've always tried to be I guess, loyal to those around me and like my friends and stuff like that. So, you know, and I also think that it kind of represents like being courageous. And I don't think I'm the bravest person out there, but you know, I like to I guess stick around for my friends and stuff like that, and I stick up for my friends. And you know, I guess that's about it for that one. You know, I really like lions, and that's, you know, I went and got it. I thought it was a really neat design, and the dude totally butchered it. So I don't know if I'm gonna get that covered up at some point or not, but we'll see. Alright, the next tattoo I got was this guy right here. I was kind of doodling one day, and you know, I keep constantly you know, changing my style up when I draw and stuff like that, and I always do something. You know, I never draw the same kind of stuff twice, really. I just really like to doodle. I haven't done it as much recently. You know, I just drew a lot when I was in school, and you know, sometimes if inspiration strikes, I'll draw something, and sometimes I'm happy with it. Sometimes I just throw it away and it's garbage. But I really like the way he looked, and art has always been a big part of my life. You know, I was always that guy in school, you know, who just drew all the time, and I failed a lot of classes because of it. But you know, anytime anybody wanted to draw something or wanted something drawn, they usually came to me, or you know, there's a couple other kids that I hung out with in school that drew a lot, and I got it tattooed on me because I drew it, and I wanted to kind of, you know, if anybody ever asked about it, they're like, oh, well, you know, whatever, you know, I designed it myself, and I could say that, and you know, that's where that came from. So, you know, art's always been a big part of my life in every aspect. I really like, you know, drawing, artwork, paintings, and stuff like that. I don't really have any particular, like, major artists that I love, but, you know, I just kind of, you know, do what I like in that department anyway. And yeah, so I wanted to have something that was my own, you know, to show off, I guess, and it's always with me. So, you know, again, I don't regret it or anything like that. I guess that's a good segue into my my next tattoo. I got regret nothing tattooed on my wrists. The reason for that is a lot of people seem to go through life, and I guess, you know, they'll do something that they're not the most proud of, and they kind of regret it, and I guess, you know, I'll tell myself that I don't, but I guess as a human I do. I don't know, but I think it's important to not regret your decisions. You should just learn from them, and you know, that's what it is for me, is rather than looking at something negatively and going, well, I really wish that I could go back and change that. I really wouldn't, because I've learned, you know, something from every experience that I've ever had. So, you know, if I had gone, or if I had the ability to go back and do something a different way, I never would have learned the lesson that I did, than if I, you know, if I hadn't experienced it the way that I did. And again, that's another important, you know, thing in my life, is that you know, I try to learn from my mistakes and try not to make them multiple times. And I think that a lot of people should do that. It's not always the case. You know, working in customer service, you see a lot of the same people doing the same things, and you know, I don't really judge anybody, but it's not my place to do that. But you know, you see a lot of the same stuff, and a lot of it's, I guess the definition of insanity is, you know, when you do the same thing over and over and expect something different to happen. So, you know, that's that. The next tattoo is probably my dumbest tattoo. You can't really see it too much because it's old, and it's not like my first tattoo, but it's in an odd place, so it's kind of healed away, I guess. On the inside of my lip, you can kind of see the remnants. I got the word ruthless tattooed on the inside of my lip, and I don't remember where this all started, but on my Facebook page, my middle name is Mad Ruthless, and it's more of a joke than anything else, because I don't think that I'm ruthless or I'm like a badass or anything like that. It just, I don't know, it rolls, and it's funny, and everybody kind of likes it. So I actually got this done it was kind of for free. I traded I had a copy of like the DJ Hero super like gold collector's edition with the Jay-Z Eminem CD and all that, and I traded that for this tattoo because I'd beaten the game and I'd done everything in it. So and it's a simple, stupid little tattoo, and I just thought it'd be funny to get, so I did. Yeah, that's that. Next we have I got a nautical star on the back of my arm. It is a tattoo that I've wanted since I was, I guess, exposed to the idea of tattoos. I really thought it was a cool design or an interesting design, and I always wanted one. And I think out of all of the tattoos that I wanted as a kid, I guess, or a teenager or whatever, that seemed like the best one to get, because it doesn't really represent anything. It's just a neat design, and I picked orange because I really like the color orange. It's not my favorite. I was going to get another one that was going to be blue on the other arm, but I decided not to do that. I'm going to do something else instead. I don't know what yet. But yeah, so I got an orange one, and it's probably out of, well, besides my newest tattoo, I think this is the most well done tattoo that I have. And it's actually stayed nice and colorful and bright for a really long time, as opposed to some of my other ones. It faded a little bit, but I guess that's because I'm like out in the sun in a t-shirt and stuff. So next up, I kind of always wanted to do a sleeve. I still really do. I'm lazy, and I don't really like to, I guess, go places. I'm kind of nocturnal anyway, so it's hard to go places when places are open, and that really sucks. But I wanted to do a sleeve, but I had already kind of covered my, major spots on my arms, so I guess I figured I had to kind of theme around that, and I kind of stuck that in my head. So after a lot of thinking on it, I went ahead and I kind of actually woke up with the idea of like a dream about zombies, and I looked down and I said, that's perfect. I was like, I'll just draw some zombies to put around this little skull guy that I have, and I'll have a zombie sleeve, and then I'll do that. So I just kind of started drawing guys, and I've got like a little gravestone. There's like a zombie and like a woman getting eaten by a zombie, and just a bunch of zombies. There's one on fire. There's a dude with a flamethrower, a dude with a chainsaw. Just little zombies. And I thought it was a really cool idea, and I still really like it. I think in retrospect I might have, or maybe I should have drawn a couple more to choose from. Excuse me. But again, I'm happy with it, and at some point I'm gonna, I guess get a background put on it. I'm thinking, because I've got the gravestone. Excuse me. Wow. I'll go with like a graveyard theme and do all that stuff. My next tattoo is this. This is from the Monster Hunter manga. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. It is, I believe, Monster Hunter Orage, or Orage, something like that. And I've always, not always, I've been a big fan of Monster Hunter, basically since it came over here on the PSP. That was my first exposure to it. I always saw it when I worked at at GameStop, I saw it on the PS2 wall all the time, and I just never really knew what it was, never really, cared for it. But when I worked there, I was kind of known as the PSP guy at first, and I had a ton of PSP games, and I played a lot of PSP. So I picked that up, and I didn't really care for it at first. It took me a while to kind of get the hang of what it was and what it was about. But as soon as I kind of fell into that, I fell in love with it, and I just really like the challenge aspect of it. It gives you it gives you a great deal of challenge, and when you finish something, you actually feel like you accomplished something when you play Monster Hunter. And that's the best thing to me is when a game can give you that feeling that you've done something, and you really haven't done anything, I guess, because it's a video game. But when you feel like you've accomplished something in a video game, it's awesome. So I really, that game kind of resonated with me really well. And it actually made me get a second tattoo. So I'm going to put my leg up here and see if I can pan this down. Ugh. Okay. So on the side of my calf, I have this dragon thing. It's not a monster in the game or anything like that, but whenever you finished a quest in Monster Hunter, there would be one of these, and then one flipped, and it would say quest complete. And I really thought it was an awesome design, so I went out and I found the Monster Hunter art book online, and I pulled the page out, and I printed it out, and I got it tattooed. I'm going to keep this up because my next tattoo is probably my worst tattoo. It's not that it's a bad tattoo. Well, it's a bad tattoo, but the subject isn't bad, I guess. So, next up, we have Majin Vegeta. Vegeta is my favorite character from Dragon Ball Z. He's the ultimate badass. And the guy who tattooed him just destroyed his face. And I hate it so much. One day, I'm definitely going to cover this guy up, or I doubt he's fixable, but there we go. I have one more tattoo, well, two more tattoos, but I'm going to show the last one. It's going to be kind of out of order because it'll be easier to do this way. So, this is my newest tattoo, and it is amazing and beautiful, and it's my favorite thing in the world, and I can't stop looking at it. This is actually designed by my pen pal Teal. She is a fantastic artist. She's always been one of my favorite artists. I've always looked up to her in that aspect. And she posts, she doesn't draw like a whole bunch anymore, but she posts her drawings and stuff on Facebook occasionally. And she posted like a sketch of this, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then she lined it up, and it just looked even more amazing to me. And I was like, I messaged her immediately. It was like, Teal, I think I want to get this tattooed on me. And she, I guess, I don't know if she thought I was serious or not at first, but I did. I got that done 2 days ago, and it's the coolest thing. I love it. And I think I've actually kind of inspired her to finish it. She never colored it, and I think she's gonna color it and finish it up, and then I'm gonna go at some point and get that colored, and it'll be done. So it's an awesome drawing, and I love it. Now my last tattoo is a little hard to show off, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it off properly because it's on the back of my neck. So let me undo the tripod. It is, let's see, I hope that you can see the back of my neck, and I hope that I'm not like zooming in because I have a tendency to hit things. But on the back of my neck, hopefully you can see that, because I suck at using the camera to move around and stuff. It is the weak point from the game Shadow of the Colossus, and it's another one of those games that I played it, I fell in love with it. It had a really awesome kind of interesting story. It was a very interesting take on video games, and it was another one of those games that kind of, as you progressed, you felt like you did something, and it also resonated with me really well, and I think it's actually one of my favorite games of all time. So I had to kind of I felt that I had to get a tattoo in like, I guess, honor of it. So I did that, and I actually there's kind of like a placement thing, like why I got it where I got it. As you've seen through the video, and I'm sure my other videos, you can see I'm kind of hairy. I thought of the idea of, if I personally was a Colossus, you know, where wouldn't I really want to be stabbed? Of course my face, but I'm not going to get a tattoo on my face. So, you know, I thought the back of the neck would be a really cool idea. And, you know, I imagined, like, you know, he would climb up my back and, like, stab me in the back of the neck, and I'd be done. It's over. So that's why it is where it is. And, yeah, that's it. That's all my tattoos, I believe. Unless I have a tattoo that I don't remember. So yeah. There are a couple more that I want to get. You know, like off the top of my head, I definitely want to get like a Gundam tattoo, and I definitely want to get like a Metal Gear Solid themed tattoo. Those are two pretty big things, I guess, in my life. You know, Metal Gear Solid is, in my opinion, one of the best video game series of all time. It's got a really awesome story. It's very, like, confusing and lots of twists and turns, and then, you know, Metal Gear Solid 4 came out and everything was just, like, answered. So I thought that was really cool, the way that, you know, the whole series worked out, and it's still kind of going on. It's an awesome thing. And more recently, Gundam has been a really big part of my life. You know, I've always loved Gundam, but God, I'm like running out of breath here. Excuse me. I don't talk this much. But Gundam has been like a really big part of my life, Gunpla specifically. But you know, I guess I get sad a lot sometimes. Most people do, I guess. I don't know. But it kind of helps me, like, take my mind off things, and it takes me back to when I was, I guess, younger, and things were easier, and I can put something together from basically nothing, and I think that's really cool. So, you know, it just kind of helps me, like, relax, and it helps me take my mind off things for a while. Look at me, I'm getting all choked up and shit. But yeah, that's my tattoo video, and Teal said she's gonna do one, so I'm looking forward to that, and I can't wait. I hope that my subscribers don't, like, unsubscribe me because I did this stupid long video about my tattoos that nobody cares about. But yeah, that's about it. So I guess I'll see you guys with the next Gundam video, or maybe I'll do another vlog or something. I don't know. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.